Yes. 2-5. Sports reports is ordered. Give me a second, y'all. I'm going to just talk about my team for a little bit. Just for a little bit. So, of course, anybody that knows me knows that I'm from Baltimore. So I used to go to Bullets games when I was a little kid, even though by the time I was born, they had already moved to Washington. And, they used to play 4 games a year at the then known as the Baltimore Arena. So I used to go there. So, you could say that the Wizards are near and dear to my heart, even though they don't deserve it, right? So, the last couple of seasons, I'd say for at least 3 seasons now, I've been asking for the Wizards to trade Bradley Beal. Not because I don't necessarily like Bradley Beal. I mean, I think he's slightly overrated, but maybe he's not even being rated. But I just feel that you've run your course. Like, I remember living back in Utah back in 2011. And, I was talking about when they had Darren Williams and Carlos Boozer with some of the locals, and, the locals missed that team. And I said something along the lines of, like, y'all did it for 7 or 8 years. Like, at some point you had to realize that it wasn't going to work. And I think that's where we are with the Wizards. Like, who's going to come to Washington? Even when we had Russell Westbrook, it ended up in a 4-1 first round exit to the Sixers as the 8 seed. So just to give you a little clarity of what I'm talking about here, the best start in franchise history is 7-0. That happened in 1974-75. Of course, they won the title in 78, lost in the finals in 79. Shout out to Wes Unseld, finals MVP. The last time they won 50 games was 1979. Just for the record, exposing myself, I was born in 1981. The last time they won a series was 2017. Last time they made the playoffs, 2021. Of course, like we just talked about, Russell Westbrook, and that was as a play-in, ended up as the 8th seed. So Bradley Beal averaged 30.5 points in 2019-2020 and 31.3 in 2021. Remember, he had the back-and-forth duel with Steph Curry, who was going to win the scoring title. Of course, Steph won. But in 2019-20, the Wizards went 25-47 with him averaging 30.5 points. The year that he went 31.3. They finished 38-34. That was the shortened season. After coming off of COVID, the season started later, and they only played 72 games. So couldn't even hit 500. And that was the year, like I said, mentioned, lost to Westbrook. So right now, we're at an impasse, right? Kyle Kuzma's a free agent with a player option. Porzingis, free agent with a player option. Just start all over. Like, what are you going to get? Even if you do a sign and trade with one of those or both of those players, what are you going to get back that's going to make the Wizards, say, a non-play-in 5 seed? Probably nothing. So, like, at this point, I've heard the Miami Heat probably as the front runners here to try to make a move for Bradley Beal. His name has been mentioned with them over the years as well, so this is nothing new. Good riddance. Because you have to start over at some point. The worst thing in the world is the old Atlanta Hawks of Joe Johnson's day, where, they might finish 41-41. They might finish 45-37. So good enough to make the playoffs. Not bad enough to get a high enough draft pick to turn your franchise around, but definitely not a contender. So it's time for a reset, as it was so eloquently put. So what do you do with the number 8 draft pick next week? I guess you could try, if you're going to keep Bradley Beal, you could try to see what that could net you as far as bringing another star in. But I'm thinking Cason Wallace from Kentucky, Anthony Black from Arkansas, and I would really, 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 really love Cam Whitmore out of Villanova, but he ain't going to be there by then. So give me your thoughts. Is it time for the Wizards to blow it up? 2-5. Sports Reports is ordered. I'll be right back at you. Peace.